Hola and welcome to today's Pro-Spanish lesson. We'll begin by putting some vocabulary down at the bottom of the screen for a bit of support for those of you that need it. So we'll have estaba. Estaba is he, she, was. So estaba, he or she was. Estaba. Then we'll have eso. Eso is that. Eso, that. And hasta, as in hasta la vista. Hasta is until. Hasta, until. Then we'll have another little word, en, en, in, nice and easy, hardly need to put that one there. And finally, mintiendo, mintiendo, lying. A lot of that around these days. Mintiendo, lying. Okay, let's get familiar with those before we move on. So how would you say she was in Madrid? Nice and easy. She was in Madrid. 3 words. Estaba en Madrid. Estaba en Madrid. And we could just add a name and say Maria was in Madrid. What would that be? María estaba en Madrid. María estaba en Madrid. And you probably know, to say wasn't, we would just use no at the beginning. So how would you say he wasn't in Valencia? He wasn't in Valencia. What would that be? No estaba en Valencia. No estaba en Valencia. He wasn't in Valencia. Okay, how about Pablo was in Valencia until yesterday. Pablo was in Valencia until yesterday. And the word for yesterday is ayer. A-Y-E-R. Ayer. So Pablo was in Valencia until yesterday. What would that be? Pablo estaba en Valencia hasta ayer. Pablo estaba en Valencia hasta ayer. How about Pablo was lying? What would that be? Pablo was lying. Pablo estaba mintiendo. Pablo estaba mintiendo. How about she wasn't lying? She wasn't lying. What would that be? No estaba mintiendo. No estaba mintiendo. She wasn't lying. Okay, if you want to say I found out, the phrase is me enteré. Me enteré. Reflexive verb, so we've got myself in there. Me enteré. I found out. So just go ahead and say that out a couple of times. Me enteré. Me enteré. And all together, me enteré. Me enteré. E with an accent at the end, saying that it's I in the past. So I found out. Me enteré. How would you say I found out yesterday? I found out yesterday. What would that be? Me enteré ayer. Me enteré ayer. I found out yesterday. And I'll just take a brief pause there to remind you that, useful as this YouTube channel may be, the full Pro-Spanish course is only available for download from prospanish.co.uk. And this package will take you step by step right up to a conversational level of Spanish in the shortest time possible. Okay, so back to the lesson. How about I didn't find out? What would that be? No me enteré. No me enteré. I didn't find out. No me enteré. How about I didn't find out until yesterday? What would that be? I didn't find out until yesterday. No me enteré hasta ayer. No me enteré hasta ayer. And how about if you want to say, I found out about that. I found out about that. And the about will be de. So you have eso already for that. We've got that in our vocabulary at the bottom of the screen. And we'll use de for about. So how would you say, I found out about that? Me enteré de eso. Me enteré de eso. How about, I found out about that yesterday? Me enteré de eso ayer. Me enteré de eso ayer. How about, I didn't find out about that until yesterday. I didn't find out about that until yesterday. No me enteré de eso hasta ayer. No me enteré de eso hasta ayer. Now, although in English we wouldn't necessarily always say about after I found out, so we could say I found out something yesterday, or I found out his name yesterday, but in Spanish I found out, or I find out, or whatever the tense is or the person is, it's always followed by de if there's something else coming along. If you found out something, so the word, so algo is something. So to say I found out something yesterday, we would have to say me enteré de algo ayer. You couldn't say it without the de. Me enteré de algo ayer. There are quite a few other reflexive Spanish verbs that work in the same way, that have to have de after them. So let's take I remembered. Me acordé. Me acordé. I remembered. So I remembered something. You would have to say me acordé de algo. You couldn't leave out the de. And that's true for quite a few reflexive verbs in Spanish. So me enteré de algo. I found out something. So me acordé de su nombre. I remembered his name. You've got the de there. I found out his name. Me enteré de su nombre. Okay, so me enteré, and then de for anything else that follows. And this will apply now when we're going to see how to say I found out that. I found out that she was in Madrid. So that is que, but we have to have the de, so it's de que. So I found out that is me enteré de que. The de always stays there, and it would be the same with what we saw before. I remembered. Me acordé de que. I remembered that. So I found out that. Me enteré de que. So how would you say? I found out that Maria was in Valencia. What would that be? Me enteré de que María estaba en Valencia. Me enteré de que María estaba en Valencia. How about I found out yesterday that he wasn't in Madrid. I found out yesterday that he wasn't in Madrid. What would that be? Me enteré ayer de que no estaba en Madrid. Me enteré ayer de que no estaba en Madrid. How about I didn't find out that she was in Spain until yesterday. No me enteré de que estaba en España hasta ayer. No me enteré de que estaba en España hasta ayer. And can you remember what he was lying is? He was lying. What was that? Estaba mintiendo. Estaba mintiendo. How would we say, I found out that he was lying? What would that be? Me enteré de que estaba mintiendo. Me enteré de que estaba mintiendo. How about, yesterday I found out that Maria was lying. Yesterday I found out that Maria was lying. What would that be? Ayer me enteré de que María estaba mintiendo. Ayer me enteré de que María estaba mintiendo. How about, I didn't find out that he was lying until yesterday. I didn't find out that he was lying until yesterday. No me enteré de que estaba mintiendo hasta ayer. No me enteré de que estaba mintiendo hasta ayer. Let's just add another ing word. So we've had lying. Let's have working. Trabajando. Trabajando. How would you say he was working in Madrid? What would that be? Estaba trabajando en Madrid. Estaba trabajando en Madrid. How would you say, I found out that he was working in Madrid? Me enteré de que estaba trabajando en Madrid. Me enteré de que estaba trabajando en Madrid. How about, I didn't find out until yesterday that she was working in Valencia. No me enteré hasta ayer de que estaba trabajando en Valencia. No me enteré hasta ayer de que estaba trabajando en Valencia. It's worth mentioning as well that enterarse, which is the full verb to find out, enterarse, can also be used to say, for example, I don't get it, or she doesn't get it, or he doesn't get it. So to not get it, to not understand, enterarse can also be used. So we've been looking at the past. Me enteré, I found out. No me enteré, I didn't find out. But we could also say, as an expression, no me enteré de nada. I didn't get it at all. I didn't get any of it. So, no me enteré de nada. I just didn't get it. Is a very useful expression. And in the present, it would be no me entero de nada. No me entero. So, I don't get it. And you can say to somebody else, so the you, no te enteras. You don't get it. You're not getting it. No te enteras. So you're trying to explain something to somebody and they're just not getting what you mean. And you say, no te enteras. You don't get it, do you? So that's just a little extra thrown in. I didn't find out. No me enteré. I didn't get it at all. The extra expression. No me enteré de nada. And that concludes today's lesson. As mentioned earlier, if you're looking to become conversational in Spanish in the shortest time possible, then head over to prospanish.co.uk where you can download the full Levels 1 to 6 program.